You again? I see you've decided to head into the Forlorn Swords yourself. Charming place, isn't it? Just look at that! I am so close! The Frostgrot shells! They're near! I've heard that some snails leave their nests just to shed their old shells out in the open, so they don't have to leave the past. The first Frostgrot I ever saw was in Camelot. It had been brought there by soldiers from the Forlorn Swords, on orders from the magicians and alchemists of the capital. The whole meaning of its life was reduced to being a specimen. They laughed at it. So slow, so useless, they said. They said the same things my father. You're too slow in the line. As strange as it may sound, yes. Every knight in the end must choose their heraldry. I wanted mine to be the Frostgrots, and now I'm so close. Oh no, I think I'll manage. The Frostgrots won't find themselves after all. Thank you once again, kind wanderer. Maybe we...
What do you want? What? You went to the bottomless cave? And you made it out alive? That's impossible! It would have torn you apart in an instant. There is no missing hunter. I sent you to the bottomless cave because I was hoping to get rid of you. But now that you managed to make it out alive, I have to admit I'm impressed. I'm the best huntress here, and even I have respect for that place. I don't dare set foot in those parts. Go talk to Bölüm, our chieftain. He'll probably find some use for you. These are Svinelands. If you can't survive here, it's no place for you. But you made it. So there's more strength and will to survive in you than I expected. I can't tell you more than that. Bölüm will decide what you need to know. What? You want a tour now? Want me to introduce you to every corpse? Even the dead wouldn't bother talking to outsiders, let alone the living, who've got their own problems. Much livelier. There was more noise, less dead silence, and it smelled of hearth smoke and roasting meat, not blood. He's been in charge for as long as I can remember, and ruled wisely. Fairly even. But turns out he was too lenient with some of us. And you see where that kind of weakness leads. Yeah, I shoot strangers who can't hold their tongue. Besides that, I hunt. Best in the village. Was already true before most of the hunters. It is. Unless your goal is to freeze or get eaten by... But we'll survive. Even if there's only a handful of us left. And you, if you can't take care of yourself, you can always move on. I sure as hell won't stop you. No need to linger.
The miracles never cease. you reached for me, I swear you almost grabbed the wrong end. Bright side, at least I don't have to pay to go to the circus.
Kill you, maybe. For the fact that you're still breathing only proves your strength and your determination. You survived Kjell's trial, which means you've proven yourself worthy of knowing what we're up against. The Stagfather happened. A bunch of fanatics called him into this world. They claimed that when he arrived, he would devour, and that's how the story of the Svine tribe ends. He is our most important god, the one we worshipped in the homelands. And we brought him here with us. He watched over us, blessed us with an abundance of game. But, as it often happens, some became blindly devoted, and the first group decided that the rest were unworthy of the Stagfather's grace. So they set him loose, to kill the entire tribe. The faithful joined him. The unbelievers. One of ours, Gudri, did something completely suicidal. With the help of our shamaness. He accepted the god into his body and is trying to keep him contained. But he's growing weaker by the day. We don't have much time before the Stagfather breaks loose again. And trust me, mixing the old gods with the weirdness thickening in these lands is the worst possible combination. We have to act quickly, although I have no idea where to even start. Out of the question. If we don't deal with the Stagfather, what happened here will happen to the rest of the Forlorn Swords. And the only thing that's happened so far is you proving you don't bow to fear, and that you know how to handle a weapon. Now, I need someone... Well, that's a good question. Because I have no idea. All I know is that we need to find a way to get rid of the Stagfather once and for all. Gudri won't be able to hold on much longer, and when he gives up, we're all lost. Go find Glirna. She must know something. She's the shamaness, sir. We may not like each other, but I know Glirna isn't a fanatic. Glirna is our old soothsayer. Very old. When I was a kid, that hag was already as wrinkled as an apple, forgotten in the storehouse for 3 winters. If you need to get ready, go see Hjarn. He'll help you with your gear. There's still the cook, Sagar. You could talk to him too. You can sleep in any of the empty houses. I'm sure their previous owners won't mind. A miracle worker, more like. Why are you asking? And what's wrong with him? Why is he so eager to work here instead of on Camelot soil? Ha! Who gives a shit about Camelot law anyway? Bring him here. Just make sure he knows, around here, my word is law, and I don't like repeating myself. He breaks it, I break his spine. Glirna is our old soothsayer. Very old. But
You know, after observing you, I have a few tips to offer. First off, if you ever find yourself in danger, the best strategy might just be to lie down and play dead. I've got some advice for you. When you go into your next battle, die quickly, and then maybe a true warrior can find me. You've got a limp grip, you know that? Well, now you do.
You smell of change, outsider. Some roots reach too. Atlee, I'm Glen's one day. I have the stag father. Yes, it was a tree. It got twisted. It keeps bearing monsters, and I'm no warrior, I'm afraid. Really? Thank you. In a way, she was never a mother to me, but I could clearly, though. It's hard to truly believe in something once you do. I understand better than most what the forest gives us, but I also know what. It's hard to blame a god for following the call. Not really. Glearna told me she saw my name in the ashes that were scattered. That's how she knew she couldn't turn my mother up, and that only what everyone says, that they're good with magic, that they dream, and the dreams give them visions. I have this feeling that one day I'll fall. Yes? I hope the forest...
No, don't bother with the polish. Maybe the rust will finally set in and put an end to my suffering. Slash and stab. That's all. How could you possibly get it so wrong? Are you leaking anywhere? I'm only asking because it would be really funny if you slipped on your own blood right now. Call that a swing? A sword, not a ladle. pretending to be a windmill? Footwork. It's very advanced for a 3-year-old. You live! The miracles never cease.
Yes, in the homelands. I thought we could leave him there, but he escaped to Avalon. He took on human form, or rather he used one of his followers as a vessel. It was only when he sensed that Nimue, Merlin's apprentice, had discovered his true nature that he revealed his real form. The beast grew to the size of a mountain, striding toward the temple his followers had built for him deep in the woods. I dread to think what would have happened if he'd made it there. We barely managed to bring him down, and clearly, not completely. I outlawed the Stagfather's cult, but I see that 6 centuries later, it's still around, and surprisingly, among the Dalrita as well. I thought they worshipped only Mathea.
Look, I don't think I'm the right blade for you, but I know some butter knives that would be a great fit. No, don't bother with the polish. Maybe the rust will finally set in and put an end to my suffering. Stop drawing me in public. What if someone sees me with you? My reputation will be ruined. You live! The miracles never cease. Just melt me down and reforge me into a pitchfork. That'd clearly be more your speed. No, put me back. Just forget I exist. Let me rust. Peace. Gods, why is your palm so sweaty? Seriously, it is uncomfortably moist. I admire your footwork. It's very advanced for a 3-year-old. Just forget I exist. Let me rust in peace. is happening? Are we dancing now? Is that what you're doing? Hold me like you mean it, damn you! Oh, gods, look at what you're doing to me. You're making me sound... Oh, joy! It's time to embarrass ourselves all over again. And stab. That's all. How could you possibly get it so wrong? Just melt me down and reforge me into a pitchfork. That'd clearly be more your speed. Wobbly footwork and snail-like reflexes have truly bewitched me. you live? The miracles never cease. Damn you! God, look at what you're doing to me. You're making me sound like a neglected wife. Just melt me down and reforge me into a pitchfork. That'd clearly be more your speed. And stab. That's all. How could you possibly get it so wrong? No. Put me back. Just forget I exist. Let me rust in peace. To go to the surface. I admire your footwork. It's very advanced for a 3-year-old. This whole adventuring lark clearly isn't working for you. But hey, oh joy, it's time to embarrass ourselves all over again. And stab. That's all. How could you possibly get it so wrong? Hold me like you mean it, damn you. Oh, gods, look at what you're doing to me. You're making me sound like a neglected wife. Come on, you call that a swing? a sword, not a ladle. You've got a limp grip, you know that? Well, now you do.
You came late. Some of us stayed. Most of us didn't. If you're looking for survivors, you won't. Our god rose and tore the ground open. Half the village went with him. Half stayed behind. Away forever. Into the lands of the eternal hunt. My sons are gone now. Both of them. I buried what I could, and the rest I left to the sky. Now I pray so that I remember how to. I buried the bodies. I will mend the roof. I will plant, there's nothing else to do. I was raised to worship, not to cry. If a god calls you home, if he leaves you standing, you pray harder. Walk steady.
I've got some advice for you. When you go into your next battle, die quickly, and then maybe a true warrior can find me. You live! The miracles never cease.
You're not hurt, are you? Yes? Oh, thank you so much. I don't know if our tribe will stay here, but even if we don't, there will still be my mark on this place. Proof that I existed, that I wasn't just a dream. This is for you. I know it's not enough. Not for what you've done for me. I can only promise I will not forget your kindness. You're willing to help us even further. That is unexpected. Well, you're an outsider. But even if you weren't, the Dalrita are taught to rely on themselves. On one hand, the tribe is bound to help its own. On the other, we live with many contradictions, and we die with them. All right. The corruption that struck my tree, it spread further, carried by the Stagfather's worshippers. The forest weeps blood. It bears the same monsters. But it turns out that even monsters have their use. No, right now it would be pointless. They grow like weeds, and they won't stop until the forest returns. But they do produce a resin I could use to heal the wounded. Bring me some, and I'll give you a recipe I found. I should get back to...
I'm eager for the day when...
I hope the forest...
Are you scared of blood? Is that why you miss all the time?
Take care.
No. Put me back. Just forget I exist. Let me rust in peace.
So you already know what happened. I fought. We all did. We hunted the bloody god of the hunt. And look how many of us are left. You know what's the worst part? Some of those lunatics who summoned the Stagfather are still alive. I'd snap their necks with my bare... Barlam forbade it. He doesn't want to risk losing the few hunters we've got left. As if Glairna's loons could do anything to me. But I get it. So fair enough. But you're not one of the tribe. Barlam's orders don't What, do you need to get to know them first? Share a pint and a chat. You saw what those mutts did. Don't you, or would you? They're in the woods, west of here, not far. Not even hiding. Get rid of them. Avenge the swine, and you'll have our gratitude. Glad you see it that way. We won't forget your help. Have you dealt with them? What are you waiting for? You'd best be on your way.
I've got some advice for you. When you go into your next battle, die quickly, and then maybe a true warrior can find me. You've got a limp grip, you know that? Well, now you do. I admire your footwork. It's very advanced for a 3-year-old.
You caught me in the middle of something. To think this Leonard, thank you. Outside, may it serve you well. The wind's...
This whole adventuring lark clearly isn't working for you. But hey, I'd bet you'd make a decent farmer.
You're here to speak with Claire now? Or with me? Go on.
I'm eager for the day when I can share the story of my time with a legendary warrior. Don't worry, I'll make sure I leave your name out of it. seen this fighting style before. What's it called? The drunk grindy low.
A strain. That's right, all crafted by my own hands. Don't look I've got more goods than... and years have passed since one of your kind said... Ah, so you've heard about that. Barlam must trust you. A lot of good warriors died fighting the monster the Stagfather became. In the old days, everyone was mostly on their own. I think a community gives you strength and a sense of security. But when you're a strong tribe is important, sure. But when you've been hunting alone for 2 weeks, freezing and hallucinating, and the Ice Weaver reaches out her hand, well, a strong tribe won't help you then. There's more than one way to look at any issue. You just have to... Ice Weavers are deadly. They appear as beautiful women, luring weary hunters and travelers, then freeze the blood in their veins, literally. I mostly agree. You need the skills and knowledge to survive on your own, no doubt about that. But people form communities for a reason. We gather in packs, like animals, because it makes life easier. And, honestly, it's nice to have someone to talk to. Now, the problem begins when a tribe splits in half and turns on it. That's true. A strong individual can survive in the wild, but without a tribe they won't build anything lasting. A tribe without strong people will fall apart quickly. It's good that you understand that. You have the wisdom of someone older. Not anymore. It's been years since I last went hunting. Not that I don't want to, when you've spent as much time in the wilderness as I... But I just can't do it anymore. Ha! That I am. I could still out, but it's not about my age. If I went hunting, I might... Has anyone ever told you about... That's right. It's not an empty stomach. It's more like a state of mind. It's what happens to Sven hunters who spend too much time in the local woods. During long hunts, they soak up a bit of the weirdness. No, they turn violent, start attacking their own. In the end, they're a threat to the whole tribe. Aye, and it's not unfounded. The hunger awoke in my own brother. I did. He was 2 years older than me. Sval, he could pick up a trail even if it was buried under 3 feet of snow. No, nobody knew what was happening except us. One day he never came back from the next one. He didn't want to force the tribe to hunt him. Didn't want to force me to hunt him. I doubt you'd be able to find my brother after all this time. Besides, the ritual hunt needs the mask of the Huntmaster. It's kept in the barrow of the Horned Shadow, where we lay our fallen hunt. By wearing it, the leader of the hunt is supposed to gain the strength, agility. That would mean a lot to me. I doubt Svalrik could still get a good death, but at least you'd use. You've got the courage of a hunter. I can see. Go on then, but be careful. As you can see,
I can teach you some moves. First, you put my tip to your neck. When you reached for me, I swear you almost grabbed the wrong end.
Not all names need carving. Have you dealt with them? Shame I didn't get to see them die. You'd best be on your way.
Oh gods, not again. Will my suffering never end? Gods, why is your palm so sweaty? Seriously, it is uncomfortably moist. Come on, you call that a swing? I'm a sword, not a ladle. The fact that you're somehow still alive means only one thing. This entire island is doomed.
The forest whispered, the fire screamed, the bones agreed, and at last, here you are, just in time. The horned god told me, before hatred blinded him. He said your paths would cross, that you would bring redemption or ruin. In my dreams, I hear the crack of seals and snapping bones. The horned god, cursed with pain and blood, tears at the bonds I used to bind him. The earth trembles with his fury. Can you feel it? Soon, he will break free. And then we shall pay for calling him with blood, not faith. Yes, Gudri, who took the horned god's fury into himself. He reached for blood and bone, and let me turn his body and soul into a vessel for the god's essence. I sealed it with wards, like a cage of thorns. But the god's wrath will tear through them, sooner or later. And when that happens, there'll be no saving us. If you want to bind a god, you don't choose the method. You use everything. Old songs stolen from the dead, runes slick with black blood, teeth and claws. The horned god in his hate-twisted form was a nightmare that came to devour us all. The finest warriors of the spine, the pride of our tribe, gave their lives on the altar of battle to weaken him. My disciples, my sons and daughters, they strayed. After the Gunvalda massacre, I and the others who served the horned god could not bear the shame. We heard our kin cry out and turned our heads. We betrayed our blood. The most devout called upon the old powers, out of grief, out of rage, but without reverence or care. They begged the horned god to come and punish us, and he did. Not as a guardian, not as a spirit of the woods. He came as fury, pain, and slaughter. They opened a door, and I gave them the key, in the form of songs, rites, and signs. I didn't think they'd reach so deep into the dark. By the time I saw what they were doing, the earth was already soaked in blood. He cannot be healed. He will not forgive us. But I can try to keep him bound by will, by bone, and by blood. To do that, I need a fragment of his original self, the first trophy, the skull of the first stag ever hunted and offered in sacrifice to the horned god. It will remind him of who he once was, bind his essence to the first offering, one made out of reverence, not fear. Long enough for me to complete the rite that will seal him there. It's hidden, tied to the places where we once worshipped the horned god. 3 shrines, as old as the forest itself. But now, they must be destroyed. Each one is guarded by a servant of ancient memory. Kill them. Cast down what still remains upon their altars. Once all 3 fall, the 4th shrine, hidden and forgotten, will reveal itself. The first trophy waits there. No, I saw you in the fire and go. But be warned, the shrines are no longer sacred. Until we meet again.
No, don't bother with the polish. Maybe the rust will finally set in and put an end to my suffering. I can teach you some moves. First, you put my tip to your neck. No? Suit yourself. Stop drawing me in public. What if someone sees me with you? My reputation will be ruined. Oh joy, it's time to embarrass ourselves all over again. Gods, why is your palm so sweaty? Seriously, it is uncomfortably moist.
That's me. It's true. It's been a while since we last communicated. She must be wondering what's been going on with me. Well, she'll have to forgive me. My current work is far more important than my obligations to the Guild. That might sound arrogant, but it's the truth. Kind that could be a breakthrough for humanity's survival on Avalon. Do you really think Camelot can protect Avalon's people from the looming weirdness? I think so too. And it's not just their disorganization or corruption. It's their physical frailty. But I can change that. You see, the Dalriata are far superior specimens of humanity compared to anyone else on Avalon. I'm trying to isolate the essence of that superiority, both physical and spiritual. The formula I'm developing could transform humanity, making all people as strong and resilient as the finest Dalriata, resistant to the weirdness. Perfect. I'm glad you understand the potential behind my work. I hope you'll help me push the boundaries of human capability. To create my formula, I need a substance that acts as... well, you can... Excellent. Remember...
You've got a limp grip. You know that? Well, now you do.
But tell me, do you... That's how it should be. Treat your prey with not so... Trying to understand. Someone's been hunting in our wood. It's slaughter. Wouldn't say no to that. Nor no, fine. I'm Vesna, huntress, wife of Vrag. I spend most of my time alone. I'm Vrag. I try. The Vrag. I talk less, that's... The god I worshipped, or the abomination that map, because sitting in silence, watching me on that thing that attacked us, it didn't haunt. It felt... Watch your step. The woods aren't kind.
I've been waiting for you. I knew you'd succeed. There's no time left, child. The horned god is tearing Gudri's body apart, and his fury fills the air. Soon, his essence will break loose and devour everything in its path. I must begin the ritual. But I fear he may be too blinded by rage and pain to see the first trophy as anything more than bone and memory. Your path leads to the unrealm of the hunt. There, you'll face the horned god. If you can weaken him, if you can break through the frenzy even for a moment, then oh, child, we both know you're not entirely human. Your second soul will guide you where I understand. He's the chieftain after all. But be wary of his words. Whatever is going through your mind right now. If you need to prepare, go. But remember, you're not going there to bring death to the horned god. That's when the trophy will speak, and I will close. Take care. The horned god does not forgive weak.
run into you here, of all places. Truly. You will? I thank you. I'll go there right away. Although, is there anything? Well, it's a good thing I packed all my surgical instruments and disinfected them. Of course I'll remember that. Not an... Though, a very... Right. Please, come by later, so I...
keep the Yes? Did you find the mask of the Huntmaster? Impossible. That's Falric's ring. He made it from a bone of the first bear he ever killed. I remember it well. I used to tease him about wasting half the bear's skeleton before he finally managed to make something that looked like a ring. How did you do it? How did you track my brother without the mask? Are you sure it was Falric? You're either very lucky, or the Stagfather himself. Either way, thank you. You've proven yourself to be an excellent... I owe you for this. If you ever need anything, light armor, you've made this old hunter very happy. As you can see, I've got a wide selection here. As you can see, I've got...
Well, now you do. Oh joy, it's time to embarrass ourselves all over again.
What's that noise?
Don't with magic. I need more, please. They're inside. My fellow companions. They're waiting. Pour the magic into me. Feed me with the glow. Or they're waiting for the passage to open. I don't want... Pour the magic into me. Feed me with the glow. All you have. I beg you.
If you're here to talk, speak plainly. So, it was one of the Stagfather's chosen ones. Slaughtering most of our village wasn't enough. He had to butcher the animals too. Scum. I'll toss his head out to rot. Let the worms feed on it. At least he'll be useful to the land. Here, you've done a good thing. It shouldn't go unrewarded. Don't get lost out there. I'm listening. Watch.
You reached for me. I swear you almost grabbed the wrong end.
welcome to what's left. See you around.
Maybe he can, but so what? Gudry won't survive the process either way. Besides, if you ask me, it was foolish of my ancestors to bring that god here. They didn't know what they were doing or what the consequences would be. And now, we, their descendants, if they'd known what would happen, I'm sure they'd have left him back in the homelands. We need to get rid of that damn thing once and for all. Even if it means the woods, I won't let my people live in fear anymore. For too long, my predecessors let that old witch manipulate them. Hard not to believe in something and now that I've seen what he's capable of, I know there's no place for him in Avalon. If we manage to rebuild the tribe, we'll do things differently. We might not be the greatest hunters anymore, but at least we'd be. Besides, no one can take out. It's true, we pride ourselves on being the best hunters in the land. And at the root of it, if the old god failed us, we'll find ourselves a new one. At least though, I'm not worried about the Svein identity. Not on my own, of course. We need to break free from this curse once and for all. Do this for me, and the full strength of the Svein will stand with the voice. It won't. We know too much already, and that's that. I won't lie. Your fight will be the toughest. But you faced worse before. Let me know when you're ready. It's time.
I've been waiting. It's the Horned God's domain. I doubt it still is. Go.
By what right do you tread in my realm, blasphemer? stand before me unbidden. I heard the call. I answered it, as I have done for centuries. And the moment I stepped beyond my realm, the weirdness consumed me. The hunt that began then was unlike the hunts I behold through the eyes of my followers. I was the hunter, they the prey, and I felt in that moment as if it had always been so. Only those who summoned me were hidden from my sight. She has long been attuned to my call. I watched the world through her eyes. When I answered the summons and the weirdness took hold, our bond was severed. Glirna must have sensed it. That rage I felt, it was not my own. The moment the sacrifice was taken, I knew it had not been done by my will. If Glirna knows how to restore our connection, I accept this path. Then do what must be done, mortal. me only in the light of day. If any follower dares to call upon me by night, my wrath shall fall upon them. To you, mortal, I grant mercy. Go now and carry my decree.
The Stag Father has returned to his true form. I felt our bond rekindle. His power restored to its original untainted essence. Thank you for understanding. You've restored our identity. Yes, I hear his call within my soul. His will is our law. His wrath will fall upon those who dare summon him by night, and he will hunt them by day. For by night he shall not answer. We will return to our roots. Once more we shall be masters. We will endure. For such is our fate. The world may fall, the weirdness may consume all, and yet the swine shall remain wrapped. That is Barlam's will and decision. He tends to mortal affairs, and that order will stand. My calling is to restore faith. That is the greater mission. To remind us all who we truly are. Until we meet again.
You didn't kill him? Then how do you know he won't still be? Bloody Glirna's filled your head with all that talk. No one knows if he won't break free one. And risk the Stagfather breaking free while I'm gone? No chance. If that's going to happen, I want to be here. To fall in battle, defending my village and my people. Tell Gerfan I've got more pressing matters than his war councils. We had our own war here. We'll rebuild the village, at least until he breaks free. I'll be chief as long as that's what the tribe wants. But if they'd rather have one of Glirna's followers take my... Farewell. Thanks for trying to help. Shame. Maybe he can, but they didn't know. If they'd known what would happen, I'm sure. Not on my own, of course. We need to break free from this curse once and for all. Do this for me, and the full strength of the spine will... It won't. I won't lie. Your fight will be the toughest. Let me know when you're ready. It's time to end...
Maybe I could go in now, but first I'd rather you just tell me what happened in there. A four-dweller? Ah, so it's just as I suspected. But why would a four-dweller be in what's supposed to be the Temple of Meter? Angsvar told me the pillar in the village was ancient, and that back in the day it would blaze scarlet with... But we both know that it simply reacts to creatures touched by the weirdness, and it hardly ever blazed for either of us. That's because it's tuned to react specifically to the four-dwellers. I know that Ayrıca fought alongside King Arthur against them, but it still doesn't explain why this one tribe has a pillar like that. Oh, I see now! According to the Volker legends, the first berserkers were born on the battlefield during the war with the four-dwellers. Mater was supposed to lend them her anger and strength, but maybe the truth is far more... Blood has power. The druids always knew that. And the blood of a four-dweller must have been the purest weirdness. The purest intent. If you believed it could make you invincible, then that's exactly what it would do. Well, I can't say for certain. Although personally, I don't believe she's truly on Avalon. As for the potion, that's why so many of the Volker still have its traces coursing through their veins. Once someone drinks but that much weirdness all at once for someone so unprepared? Well, it can't. No wonder other tribes thought they were madmen. And no wonder there are so few left. War is disgusting. Blood, rot, viscera, it's all part of it. What happens in war is never pretty. Maybe, once. It could have been a captive, brought here by the Ayrıca and hidden in the vault. But there's no way it survived for 600 years, being bled over and over. I think it's an apparition of the weirdness. Same with the blood. But with intent that's... You will do with this knowledge what you see fit. Angsvar and I, we've had our differences. I doubt he'd believe me. And honestly, I'm not brave enough to try to convince him. Now, I promised you a reward. I'll give you something he refused, but it might be of some use to you. I've managed to create a recipe for something similar to their potion. It's not as potent, but now that I know what it is, it's far less damaging to the body. Take it. You look like you've still got a long journey ahead of you. The potion is sacred to the Volker. What I've made isn't. He worried that instead of giving his tribe a new purpose, it would only hasten their decline. And I think he might... Don't mention it. It's been a pleasure meeting you. I think I'll stay here for a while and see how things unfold. After that, who knows? Maybe our paths will cross again. Fellow trap. In the meantime, try not to get into too much trouble. Unless it's something...
tribes were our allies, but they commanded their own forces. The truth is, that war made monsters out of us all. The Four Dwellers weren't just any normal enemy. The way they looked, the way they wielded the weirdness. To many, they seemed almost godlike. I don't condone what the Volker did, but sadly, I understand it.
And? Let me know.
Blessings. No matter, as you've probably guessed, I'm frail. That's what they call me when they cast me out of my tribe. I took refuge here because I thought it best to hide in plain sight. Please, don't turn me in. I'll die out there in the wilderness. Nothing wrong, I swear. I take some offerings from the altar when no one's looking. But no much. Just enough so nobody notices. Sometimes people come seeking comfort, and some want to hear Mathair's voice. I'm no Mathair, but I can't turn a blind eye to a suffering soul. But you don't look like a Volker to me. I'm no wrong, am I? Perhaps you'll grant me the mercy I won't find among the tribes. I'm no harming anyone here, I swear. Tige. Such a poor, good boy. So misunderstood. He'd give his life for his wife. But I doubt she knows that because the poor lad can't get a word. Oh, she's always complaining that she'd sacrifice herself to Mathair for him. But between you and me, she was never fit to become a princess. Too eager and aggressive. And Tige, he's such an honest man. What do you mean? Dead? What happened? Oh, I've been so worried about him. He's been gone for so long, but death. Oh, Tige. Oh, what a tragedy. I thought I was helping him. He would come to me, talk about his problems with Helmi. Mathair is our mother. I just wanted to help her out. Give that nice boy some hope in honour of my own children who now gaze upon Mathair's face. My fate is now in your hands. I wouldn't be able to best you in a duel. What is your decision? Thank you. Oh, thank Mathair. I promise I'll be as quiet as a mouse. No one will hear a word from me. May Mathair's light shine over your path.
I was afraid you'd say that. But I suppose I'll pray to Medar to have mercy on his soul. I only hope she won't judge him too harsh. Thank you, outsider. This matter is finally put to rest.